Okay, I better get in here before I just type out the whole Moonbeam lore. Hello! Konnichiwa, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The Moonbeams are at it again. Good evening, hello! Like I said this morning, at some point I will commission like a proper reference sheet. I do have a mood board for what like the moonbeams sort of look like. It's just, I am not an artiste. So, deaf and volleyball sized. Can't help it if I'm curious. It's fine. I love that you guys are so gung-ho, because there are some communities that really attach themselves to like the mascot in terms of self-representation. Other communities, like, they don't really care. Like, I definitely identify more with the Takodachi, like Ina's Takodachi, than like, Fuamoko's Ruffians and also Laura's Chatini. So sometimes it's like, sometimes the community is like, I don't really vibe with your visions. Which is why I was like, we have the standard model. You guys can customize within a reason, but for uniformity of community, like, we stick within this big box. But the box is pretty big. Shape-shifting opens up a lot of possibilities, but the whole gimmick is it's hard to maintain a transformation. So you guys can't like just be like, oh yeah, I am born and now I look like a tiger or whatever. It's like, no, you can work your way up to the tiger, but you might only be able to maintain it for like 30 seconds at a time, kind of thing. The joke, excuse me, the joke early on in my was streaming was that I had to break days during the week because at that point in time it was too difficult for me to maintain a form where I could speak to you guys. So like behind the scenes, Dee Dee the first 6 months was like still like, blob. So Diana, the teacher of elementary magic, I'ma be an A-star student. Excellent. I look forward to class. Coincidentally, once we have a design figured out for the Moonbeams, I wanted to commission a little graphic where it's a moonbeam with like, the dunce cap for like when people get like, it's like, you're being dumb, you're being silly, you're being problematic. Go to the timeout corner, and then, like, you are the moonbeam with the dunce cap in the corner, kind of thing. But yeah, I wanted a simple design too, so that way I could actually get stuff commissioned with the moonbeams for like opening screens or what have you. I heard a weird noise and I'm like, Pep, what did you find? She found my comb. It's like, no, don't eat that. Please. I need that. But yes, how's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. Hilariously, I had to do cooldown stretches when I got home because like I said, I've been, now that I'm at the new location, it's a 15-minute walk to work and then back. It's another 15 minutes and it's both ways, it's part way uphill. So I finally got home and I'm like, I need to stretch. Because I'm not, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like I'm basically limping. I stretched out the muscles, I got some heat, I loosened it up, and I'm not limping anymore. But like I said yesterday, my calves are hard as rocks right now. As my legs get used to all of this walking, but it's good for me. So it's fine. You just had pancakes. Ooh, God. I bought pancake mix ages ago, along with a little pancake, like, waffle iron thing. Have not gotten around to it. Maybe we need a 1-minute walk routine. I think that would just basically be run in place. A 1-minute walk wouldn't really do anything, I don't think. Running in place for 30 seconds to a minute might actually do something. But I mean, I don't really need that because I'm walking 30, 45 minutes every day now, so. It is nice though, because I slept through my first alarm and I woke up at 8 a.m. for my last ditch alarm, and I'm supposed to start at like 8:30, right? But because I'm just a 15-minute walk away, I'm like, okay, get up, eat breakfast while getting dressed, and then I'm only like 10 minutes late. I'm like, you know, this really does have its perks. Sometimes literally rolling out of bed, and it's like, okay, I can still make it to the office. Not as nice as rolling out of bed and just walking over to a desk and turning on a computer, but hey, it is what it is. But that's okay. Tomorrow's a rest day anyway to prep for our marathon weekend of gaming, so I will rest up and stretch then. Because what is it? It's basically we're spreading 24 hours over the course of 3 days, and if I can beat the game, yay, we all get a reward. And if we don't, well, you guys still get a reward, but it might just take longer. It's less incentivized. I decided to start calling them rewards instead of, like, Batsu/punishments, because, I mean, the Batsus are fun, but rewards are nicer. Positive reinforcement, right? Dun 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. So today we got Ace Attorney Investigations, because we're getting close to finishing this one. And then there's one more in this duology, and then we're back to kind of the main titles games. I'll be back. Okay. See ya later. And dun dun dun. Na 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 na. New items unlocked in the gallery. What do we unlock in the gallery? Now I'm curious. This contains spoilers. I see. Oh, that's a nice picture. Look at him. Oh my god, Gumshoe. His socks are in terrible shape too. Oh, it's just all of these. Gotcha. Oh, hey! Beautiful. Can use this for thumbnails. Now we can steal his identity. Because we've got his passport information. Hang on. There we go. Dun 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 dun. What happened according to Francisca? There we go. That's right. We were in the middle of a cross-examination, a counter-argument. Yes. 13-year-old. She came from Germany for spring break, and now she's like, I'm not gonna solve this crime. Excuse me. Starting off strong with the sneeze. We love to see it. There we go. Oh god. You know, sometimes you blow your nose too hard and then it's like the room is spinning. It's allergy season. Alright. Alright, Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, while Mr. Real survived for a short time. From this, it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rel. And Mr. Rel, on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. I think she's got it backwards. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. In that case, I should look for any holes in her theory. Just poke them full of holes. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous. Wouldn't you survive longer if you got stabbed versus if you got shot? I don't know. I don't pretend to understand all of the specifics. Whoops. I meant to press. Hold on. There we go.
Hold it.
So you believe that the dying Mr. Rel stole the knife from Mr. Faraday. Mr. Rel became desperate as he did not want to die. How does... Oh, hi. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So the two men struggled. And in the end, Mr. Rel was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday, all while bleeding to death, I see. The messy condition of this room is a testament to their struggle, but we didn't hear a struggle. Or no one else heard a struggle, rather. My logic is perfectly sound. Soundly garbagey. Can you really say that it's perfect? Well, what are you insinuating? I don't like this. Nothing. However, I can't let what you said slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise, so if you could append that statement to your testimony... Fine. probably did hear. There we go. Tisku, tisku, tisku. If the two men were fighting, their struggles would have surely caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing, unless, you know, the room's soundproof. Huh, you place too much faith in that detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Rell get his hands on the knife? He just grabbed the knife. Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right here in lobby number 2. It is not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Rell saw a chance and took it out at some point. So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Rell took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed? Isn't there something strange in Francisca's statement just now? Yes? Wait, something doesn't add up. Oh, really? It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed. Let's see. What do the notes say? Excuse me? Discovered immediately after a gunshot was heard. Remarks about the bodies. Faraday died of a knife stab to the chest. His shock from the stabbing caused instantaneous death. Really? Rell died of a bullet wound to the chest. There was no gunpowder burn on his clothes, suggesting he was shot from a few yards away. It's possible he was alive for a little while after being shot. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because if Faraday died first, so like the theory is, it's like, oh yeah, Faraday shot Rell. Rell retaliated by stabbing him and killing him. So why is Faraday on top then? Take that! According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning the coroner works pretty fast. You already know that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he could not possibly have fired the gun after that. Ooh, you got me. This is such a game to them. How terrible. But of course. Well then, if the report is correct, then there is only one correct explanation. Just because you're correct doesn't mean you're correct. Shiro Emiya, 2025. If we suppose that Mr. Rell attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Rell. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. Then they both died. That is the only explanation that makes logical sense. Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Francisca. I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible. She loves her Fs. Before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could. How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid. and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Francisca, you've still got a ways to go. Francisca, mada done. What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic? What's this mada what a Mr. Faraday died instantly. And the fact that he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in the scene. The contradiction here in this crime scene is the order the bodies fell. Let me get this straight. What you are arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Rell. Then, the wounded Mr. Rell found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot, and Mr. Rell died shortly thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which their bodies are piled. No! Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rell's. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have died before Mr. Faraday, or Mr. Faraday collided with Mr. Rell as he fell and knocked him over, and Rell died after hitting the ground. That is also possible. But that's too good of a counterpoint for this game. They gotta keep it simple, stupid. Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means that the real mystery behind this crime scene that we must solve is... Hold on out. Francisca and I were still talking. Not so fast, Miles Edgeworth. What now? I simply think that you ought to think a bit more outside the box. And that it's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent. She sure bounced back quickly. An explanation won't be enough this time. I'm going to take some very decisive evidence, it's going to take some very decisive evidence to prove her wrong. Alright, here we go. What happened? Part 2. It was just chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rell's. Yo, just chance. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order. I just know that Francisca's explanation isn't absolutely correct. All I have to do is find a hole in her logic. Once I do, I can then present her with the evidence that proves the contradiction. All right. Did they, though?
Hold it!
What do you mean by they attacked each other at the same time? I assume Mr. Faraday had the two different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. Rell while holding both the knife and revolver. He's dual wielding! How very anime of him. After Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rell grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday. That is some incredible coordination. That is literally bananas. There's no way that would actually work. At close range, that is more than possible. I don't know about that. I don't know if people are capable of that kind of dexterity as they're dying. Yes, it's possible, but... Well, if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Oh, I will. I won't hit you, though. That's against my code. And to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony. Huh. I don't see any point to that, but as you please. Fact indicates they attacked each other at the same time from close range, which we know is not the case because there was stuff about... Yeah, there we go, the gunpowder.
Objection!
So, you believe they killed each other at close range? Sorry, but that's impossible. Just as it is written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rell's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rell and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards. You know, 2 or 3 backyards is quite the distance. This is a very big room. I know yards are those kinds of yards. Yes, this is by far the biggest contradiction. The 2 bodies are piled up on each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. Huge room, big room. The conference rooms are as big as the courtroom. And with there being no chance that Mr. Rell moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation. What a completely foolishly line of foolish thought from a thoroughly foolish fool! If I'm not right, then who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill, huh? The person that attacked first with murderous intent, that would be... neither. It's all a stage here in this room. She really likes her Fs. At some point, I need to look up the Japanese text because I'm so curious what she says for that to be the translation they go with. Like, is she just saying baka the whole time? There can only be one explanation. There was a third person here. It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. And set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. You know, or a lover suicide. That third person is the real culprit. Miles Edgeworth? There's just one thing you're missing. Evidence. Correct? Exactly. Everything you set up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. What is she even whipping? Like, what's she hitting? The table? Can you prove that there was a third person involved in this crime? Of course. If a third person was truly here, that fact would resolve the glaring contradiction. The proof that this has all been a setup made to look like they killed each other. I'll present it and lay bare the final piece of the puzzle that's not yet in place. So what is this piece of evidence? Good question. Let's see. Oh, hey, I didn't know you could spin this around. Do I need to put this bag inside another bag in order to preserve it as evidence? Technically, yes. Hi, Freed. How's it going? I'm guessing the gun is the proof that there was a third person because, Rel was shot from a few yards away.
Take that!
The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand and the plastic bag with his blood on it. Oh, you could have presented the bag? Okay. These two items point to the presence of a third person. Source? Just trust me, bro. How so? Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. Umu. If there wasn't a struggle in this room, little Francisca is so adorable. She really is. I like that her hair is basically still the same. It's just a little bit of a longer bob. Then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground. Oh, that's the contradiction? That if there wasn't a struggle, there shouldn't be stuff on the ground? I see. Meaning that someone else must have deliberately scattered them around. Do you not see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for the moment, there's a high probability of blood splatter when a knife is used on a person. If the culprit held the knife with a plastic bag around it, they could use the bag to catch any blood splatter from when they withdrew the knife. It makes sense, but I'm just imagining. It's like, hold on here. I'm gonna commit a murder. Let me just put this bag on my hand first. Then, by spreading a few more plastic bags around, mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence. Ooh. Looks like we still got a long way to go in this investigation. Yes.
Objection!
Who? Oh, her. What the heck's up with you, pal? Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest. No, not Gumshoe! What? What's the wrong person. What's the meaning of this? Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates. The judge is very angry. Look at him huffing and puffing. Don't you dare. That detective claims he was there standing in front of the door the entire time. But I have it on good authority that it was all a giant lie. Miss Yu, I ask that you please explain that last statement? I'll let His Honor explain it himself. I saw it with my own eyes, I tell you. During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway. What? See, Mr. Bad? So I ask you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie? Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? No! Of course not, sir! It would appear that the one who set this whole crime scene up is the detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. It looks like your perfect logic has just come tumbling down, Miles. Fuck. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. Also, I love how no one's commented on the ants. This courthouse has a bug problem. Was that statement really a lie? Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of 2 men. Now spit out the truth, or so help me. I haven't lied to anyone, sir! Honest! I really was there. I was in the hallway the whole time.
Hold it!
Detective Bad, I ask that you please do not act without my permission. After all, I am the one that is heading up this investigation, am I not? That's technically not how this is supposed to work, but okay. In the Ace Attorney universe, every prosecutor is also an active detective. Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy. Disco, disco, disco. All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly. Huh, perfection is the only wish of a disciple of Von Karma, after all. Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something. And what's that? Do enlighten us. What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? Great question. What do we ask him? Motive? I suppose the one thing I'd like clarified is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime. Motive, huh? I mean, it's a valid question. Gumshoe, you got a grudge against Faraday or something? No, sir. Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir. Don't even really know the guy. Is that a fact?
Objection!
You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe? I'm telling you, I am not lying! The more unnatural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know. If you want a motive, Edgeworth, I have one for you right here. Would you please share it with us? However, be forewarned that I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy. Because all I'm interested in is the perfect explanation. Oh, you're serious, aren't you? Close enough. Konnichiwa! Hi, Tsumaki. Oh, fine, you amuse me, so I'll humor you with a little courtroom practice. You is fun to voice act because she just bursts out laughing at anything. Gumshoe's motive. It was about a week ago. I saw the detective get chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there super pale as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit!" A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. Well, how was that for the perfect explanation? You totally misunderstand me, pal. No matter how mad I get, I could never hold a grudge. Quiet. We can't trust anything you say. Sir? There's nothing wrong with the motive she proposed, per se. But there are some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. Misused perfect explanation. May not be so perfect at all. Oh, whoops. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go.
Hold it!
Mr. Faraday was upset? Yeah, you know what else? Mr. Faraday isn't exactly known to get angry often. But there it was! Totally beat red in the face. And the offended detective just stood there pale as a ghost like he was about to die. Just like the face he's making now, right? I'm completely innocent, I tell you. Oh, the poor man. It was quite the scene with the detective.
Hold it!
You call your explanation perfect? Is it, not to your liking? Unfortunately for you, it's just not up to my standards. Oh? Is there something you want me to clarify in that case? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Sure. Alright, if you could clear one thing up for me, Hi, Amadeus! Let's see here. Oh, Mr. Faraday was killed, we know that. Motive for killing Mr. Rell or Faraday and Gumshoe's relation. I guess technically we already know that if she's speaking the truth, so let's try this one. I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rell? His motive for killing Rell? Like I would know. If there was no clear motive for both of the murders, then I doubt this incident would have occurred. Wouldn't you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of the two men? Young Miles looks so similar to Von Karma. Oh yeah. I mean, the outfit is clearly inspired. You can see it even from here. But yes, young Miles, back when his outfit was more red than magenta and had a bunch more fasteners and stuff on it. He's really kind of toned it down over the years. Even the finger wiggle, yeah. I know, I'm pretty sure he stopped doing that after the first game, after, you know, Von Karma was found guilty of, like, all that stuff. Chibi Robo outfit? Oh my gosh. Oh, in that case, I have absolutely no idea. What? That's impossible! She must know something! Wait! Can you please not glare at me like that? It makes me laugh. I didn't do you anything and you're already laughing! Well, anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the two, this crime would have played out the way it did anyway. Oh? Would you care to explain your logic? And this time, please try to provide a truly perfect explanation. Perfect this, perfect that. Stop being so uptight, or is that a requisite trait for being a Von Karma? Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you shut this lady up. I wish you'd both be quiet. Damn. Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to explain it to you kids. Motive to kill the two men. There's no one out there with a motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. All you really have to establish is that someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rel, who happened to be there, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity and set up to look like they killed each other. I mean, Gumshoe would know Faraday wasn't alone. You think he'd probably want to avoid having to murder a witness? I wonder if that's really true. Is there no one out there with a grudge against both men? I mean, in this game, we wouldn't be asking the question if there wasn't already an answer. I should take another hard look at the evidence for this morning's case. The second KG8 incident, as people are calling it, involving an embassy staff member and the two men who both wound up as suspects in the case. Is there someone else I'm overlooking who is somehow related to them? Probably. Motive to kill. Oh, hang on. I wanted to... A CCU, a shadow over the Romano group. That's it? That was all the evidence we got? A single newspaper? That's not helpful at all.
Objection!
Excuse me. Miss Yu, I believe there was someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring this person up? What do you mean? We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. I can think of at least one person that fits that bill. He was the suspect in the original KG-8 incident. And a member of the Cadopian Embassy staff, Mr. Manny Cochin. That's right, the very man who came to visit you earlier out in the hallway. The man who killed a member of the Cadopian Embassy staff, Mr. Rel. And the man who was the lead prosecutor of the KG-8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me that Mr. Cochin had no reason at all to kill both of these men? Feels like a bit of a stretch, but hey, I'm not a lawyer. What do I know? Well, I suppose he might have had a reason or two. You covered for me, pal! Don't get chummy. Also, ad break in about 50 seconds. So we will get up and stretch at that point in time. Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all. Thanks. Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect. Make no mistake about that. The perfect evidence, the perfect testimony. These are the only things I wish to hold. But I didn't do it! You still stay under my authority and go investigate Manny Cochin for me. And remember, I will not be very forgiving should any... You want to investigate Cochin, you just be wasting your time. And why is that? And we'll find out after the ad break. Alright, be right back, folks. Okie dokie, I am back. Alrighty, onwards. And why's that? Kojin was up in the viewing gallery, watching the trial. Or so I was told. Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived. Welcome back, thank you! Then the only real suspect we have is still Detective Gumshoe. I suppose so. No way! Come on, Detective Bat! You gotta believe me, sir! I really was in the hallway the whole time, sir! I never took a single step into this room! Okay, then are you saying there was someone else who passed through the hallway? No, there was no one else, sir. Then why should I believe you didn't do it? That is one incredibly foolish detective. Standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt. I have to admit, it is a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of a lie to escape their crimes. And if that detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent, you'd think he would at the very least offer up a "I spaced out while on duty" or the like. Zero! Hello! Come on, Gumshoe. Time for your interrogation. Oh, sorry. Come on, Gumshoe. Time for your interrogation. Detective Bad. Miles? Edgeworth, I will go on ahead and report this to Papa. And that, as they say, is that. Right, everyone? Ho, ho, ho. Thank you, Mr. Judge. Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now, Making your presence known with this emote is efficient, it seems. It is very common for people to use it, yes. Before we do that, Miss Yu, there is something I'd like to speak with you about. What is it? Girly. How am I doing today? Good! Excuse me. To have set these two men up and make it look like they killed each other. If there's one thing I cannot forgive, it's the desecration of the dead. Oh, I see. So, what did you want to ask me about? The KG8 incident. The current case of the murdered Cadopian Embassy staff member. I've heard that people have begun calling it the second KG8 incident. Only among you law enforcement types. And? What about it? I'd like for you to tell me everything you know about the original KG8 incident. I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond what was reported in the papers. Isn't it the second time there was two men dead? There are a lot of times where two people have died at the same time in a game on this channel. Yes. It is quite a common occurrence, strangely. No, I believe you know much more since you are directly tied to the incident. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop with the false accusations. Baseless outbursts are useless both inside and outside the court. But whoops. I do, but I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here. Think you can stop making that ultra serious face in front of me? No. If you could please stop laughing for just 1 second. I'm not gonna make any headway like this. I'm just going to have to show her. Probably a good thing they never did a dub or an anime of this particular installment in the franchise. Imagine having to laugh 95% of your lines. Alright, let's see. Monsieur, I believe that I have proof of your connection right here. That file is your proof? Very well then. Why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related? Through the victim. Your connection to the KG8 incident is through the victim. The victim's name is CCU. You will note that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you're not related to this case? Sorry, but we're not related. I see. How many U's are there in this city? What? Just kidding. He's like, ooh, I got you. I got you good. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face that I couldn't help but... Miss Yu, I ask that you please tell me the truth and stop belittling me. I know I am not even of legal age in Japan. I cannot drink in at least half of the world because he is like 19 years old. Sorry. Alright, I'll tell you everything I know. As you guessed, the one who reported the smuggling activities of the Mono Group was my sister, CCU. As I thought. Excuse me. And she was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial. By Manny Cochin. But because he was tried once and was acquitted, he gets to live out the rest of his cushy life completely carefree. Oh, because of a lack of evidence. Darn that double jeopardy. Such a convenient law. No, I heard that the evidence to convict him did exist. What? I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Cochin's trial was over. Apparently, a man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence. Then, the evidence had been tampered with? Isn't it just like a criminal to do something like that? The smuggling ring being run out of the Amano group by one of its secretaries. They bailed Mr. Cochin out. Turns out, they were in league with each other all along. How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation? I don't really know. Which is why I wanted to become the lead defense on this case that people are calling the second KG8 incident. But I haven't learned anything new at all. I was probably expecting too much, I know. You mean you think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring? I don't know what to think. I see. Mr. Money Cochin. Why did Mr. Cochin want to meet with you earlier? Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently, he only found out that I was the defense lawyer on this case after he arrived. He figured that he should say hi and one other thing. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad. Wow. What a big old jerk. What's that supposed to mean? Oh boy. Stop it with the scary face already. I'm fine, really. I gave him a good slap across the face. Shush! Girl, said F you. The way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy. Well, he was a creep. He deserved it. Ahem. But it's just as Mr. Bad said. He's not related to the double murder. I asked around, and people in the gallery claimed that he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. Well, that's about all I know. Huh, sorry. I guess I wasn't much help, huh? That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life. Oh, Edgeworth, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we? Or lose all that hair. Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way, and I will catch the criminal in my own way as well. You'll see. Oh, look at you with your game face on, ready to go. I'm making no such face. None. Zero. Zip. I am perfectly composed. Yes. Yes. Did you know? Laughter is the best medicine, Edgeworth. Don't you get tired of making a serious face all the time? I'm charged with making sure that all of the criminals of this world are found guilty. I have no need for laughter. There you go, making that face again. Oh well. I've got to get going. I still have a few loose ends I need to tie up. The KG-8 incident and this murder investigation. It's my belief that these two cases are somehow related to each other. Plus, that Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though the lie is hurting his chances. Clearly, this case is far from over. But whether or not that detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honorable name, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth. Well, that's not going to be a very honorable name in about a decade, but okay. To be continued. Dun 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 dun. Save our progress, yes. Uh-oh, water fountain's broken. Damn, they're still here at 5 p.m. It's a long day, sir. Sir, what is to become of the trial in the Cadopian Embassy staff member's murder? Indeed, since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead. The case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial here ends here prematurely. Looks like you'll just have to wait a bit longer for your big debut. Fuck! I suppose it can't be helped. The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while. Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Cadopian Embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell? What an outrageous circus it's all become. That Faraday brought it upon himself with his naivete. An outrageous circus. Right, sir. I grow weary of this topic, Edgeworth. I will have you assigned to a different case. Papa, you'll come and watch my courtroom debut next, won't you? I'll consider it. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation. Whatever for. I know that there is already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there's not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt. Miles just spends his days hanging out with this 13-year-old, yeah. Technically, she's like his adopted sister or something. I don't think he was ever formally adopted, but he was taken in and, like, raised by Von Karma, so, like, close enough. I feel like most people at some point have been forced to drag their younger sibling around all day. Adopted older sister, as she likes to remember. Franziska Von Karma. She became a prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 13. But she doesn't know how to count. She's like, oh, yes, I'm the older sister. It's not about age. I was in this house first. Therefore, I am the older sibling. The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh. A worthless person like you has no right to claim such thing as perfection. Jesus Christ, okay. Papa? What do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? And here I thought she was gonna be like, Dad, that was kind of uncalled for. Miles and I were competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It would give us some real-life experience, wouldn't you agree? If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish. He's already doing the arm clutch. Oh, yeah. The bullet has been rusting away in his body for God knows how long. Honestly, at this... So, here's like a fun thing I found out recently. Might be a little TMI if like some body horror stuff bugs you, this might bug you as well. But I just learned recently that part of like the whole way that hip replacement works is for some crazy reason the bone will actually start growing on the metal. Like it basically will absorb it into itself. So I'm just thinking about how Von Karma has had that bullet in his shoulder for God knows how long, and it's probably been like assimilated by his shoulder blade at this point, depending where it is. So yeah, probably pretty uncomfortable. In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor, don't we? I guess. It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. Interesting, you say. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Francisca, see to it that I'm not disturbed, save for the results of your competition. Yes, sir. Of course, Papa. Francisca, thank you. What are you thanking me for? I didn't do it for you. Duh. Your logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means that the competition is still on. Yes, just as you wished. I couldn't let you go so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here, Miles Edgeworth. I know I don't have enough information yet. So my first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case. Here we go. Do. You doing okay, sir? I can't stop the water, sir! It seems that the man who was here earlier broke it by drinking from it too much. That is... How do you break a fountain by doing that? That's crazy. Well then, why don't you lend the officer a hand? As if I should have anything to do with this. Besides, that water-drinking fool's mouth is the thing the officer should be covering. I'm sorry? Let's give that officer a description of the water guzzler later. She seems to have quite the grudge. It's not illegal to drink from a public fountain. Sounds to me like someone wanted a drink. Well, I mean, there are vending machines. Hey! Get up, sir! Nothing to report, sir! Is there no one who will make this man take responsibility for his actions on the job? Looks like we have no choice but to report this to Papa. Then, this guard can have fun in a waking nightmare after being awakened from his dream. Actually, let's not. I kind of feel sorry for him now. You could just hit him with the whip. What's the matter, officer? I've been standing here for forever, sir, and I really need to go to the bathroom. Why don't you just make a quick trip? The nearest one isn't that far, is it? No, it's a short way down the hall beyond these doors, but I don't want to be blamed for anything that might happen while I'm gone. So I'm gonna hold it! Perhaps Detective Gumshoe can be a positive influence on the force after all. Damn. If you gotta go to the bathroom, don't hold it, just go. That's how you get infections and shit. Wow, this thing is incredibly detailed by a modeling fanboy is impressed, alias a model otaku. I'm not exactly a fan of plastic models per se. but even I can sense the superb quality of this model. I'd hardly call that a positive influence, right? Now everyone's afraid to go take a piss. Do well to guard yourself against an interest in such unproductive things. And so Edgeworth has to hide the steel samurai memorabilia every time Franziska comes to visit. Yes, perhaps I should take up whipping people like that young lady over there. Surely that's more productive. Miss you? Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And... who are you? Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. Those are some very strong words. I am Franziska von Karma. I am to become the successor to the family name. About to? I guess that means for now you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural that I didn't know who you are. Shut down. What? Ow! Why are you whipping me? I guess Franziska can't whip people who are, superior to her. Anyway, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you. Look at you, eyebrows scrunched with lines on your forehead. And that to ask of you. What exactly is so funny? Sorry, I'm just bad at dealing with a super serious atmosphere. Apparently, they failed to teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school. I feel much better now. So, what is it you want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. We were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself. You were with Detective Bad. Why? We had a little something to discuss, that's all. Suspicious. So, whoops. I didn't mean to click that. I hadn't read it yet. So I take it you are acquaintances with Detective Bad. Okay. Yeah, he was the detective in charge of the KG8 incident. Detective Bad is also related to the incident? Didn't someone already tell you that, Edgeworth? I'm pretty sure they did. That's right, he was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth! I have no idea what you two are talking about. Well, sucks to be you, I guess. I've heard of the KT8 incident from my papa. Well, good on you, papa. But how does that case relate to you, Miss Yu? The victim of that case, CCU, was my little sister. Little sister? I thought she would have been older. Okay. Hold on here. "22? How much younger was her sister than her then? Because this was... Did this incident happen like 3 years ago? Guess it doesn't say, but yeah. Because she would have been 19 at that point, so what? CCU was like 17? You're making that super serious face again. I'm fine, really. I just make it a point to rub some more salt in his wounded pride every time I see him. The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy. Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday. I'd say they meet up just about every single time the Yatagarasu made a move. It was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. I see. He did mention that he is in charge of the Yatagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail. Yatagarasu, 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 Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu means 8 something crow. I can't remember what the ta is. Let's see. Yatagarasu. Eight span crow. I'm guessing span refers to the wing size? Distance between outstretched thumb and middle finger is what the kanji is, so yes. Basically, something about the wingspan. Approximately 18 centimeters. 18 times 8? Okay. That's a pretty big bird. It's a big bird. Big Bird. Not to be confused with Big Bird. From Sesame Street. I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about that character myself. But I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them. Sesame Street and Ace Attorney, you say? Stranger things have happened. I'm pretty sure Sesame Street is in Japanese as well. It might be. I mean, I know it gets dubbed in like a ton of languages. Now I'm curious. Sesame Street has been translated into over 70 languages. Okay, so yeah, there's probably a good chance. Let's see. NHK, yeah, that's Japan. Sesame Street in Japanese confirmed. Now I'm curious. I want to hear what Big Bird sounds like in Japanese dub. The Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know. Humph. Alright, then perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives. You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Mon Karma? She just keeps getting roasted. Francesca! Be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully or we might be sued by... There, I chose carefully, just like you wanted. That just now was hilarious, little miss. Huh, of course it was. What is wrong with these two? Why does my pain give them delight? Because they don't like you. And so, in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I have to say, I had never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany. I mean, why would you? The Yatagarasu deals in information. Namely, in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the likes of companies. The Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see. Vigilante or not, this person sounds just like another criminal to me. I suppose you could put it that way too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now thanks to that thief. Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. Well, lawyers wouldn't have a job if, like, you know, there wasn't crime. You claim that at the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad. But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess? We do, and that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening, and he dragged Mr. Rel away. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. And what did you talk with Mr. Bad about? Nothing interesting. I was just insulting him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more. When she's not laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults. You gotta be tough, I guess. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. So I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2. I see. Okay, mackerel. Not to be confused with mackerel. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Mackerel. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct? Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that had made off with the evidence from KG8, I began to ask Mr. Rel all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out, Mr. Rel was not the Yatagarasu. Yeah, just made that up. He made it up? Mr. Rel's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras. But there was no footage of him sneaking into the Cadopian embassy itself. Hold on for just 1 second. Then you mean to say that you knew he was not the real Yatagarasu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer? And you were ready to defend him? Yes, that's right. I see. So a defense lawyer is just someone whose job it is to cover for criminals. No. The whole point of the judicial system is everyone gets fair representation, even if they're guilty. That's why defense lawyers are so detestable, but they are no match for us Von Karma, so I got bad news for you guys. In about 6-7 years, you're gonna have to deal with one Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he's gonna put you all in your place, which is really gonna hurt because he is not the brightest bulb in the shed. Oh, I don't believe it. You're serious. Why don't you just save that face for something really worth being serious about? And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright? And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him. Ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. I'm sorry. Forgive my rashness. I am apparently incredibly biased. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. It's a bookshelf, What's this? Judge's Trial Exchange Log. The judges have an exchange diary! It appears to be a journal where the various judges share their thoughts and ideas. The real daily lives of judges are laid out here on these pages. There's nothing about the court in here, it's just page after page of unrelated drivel. Judging by the content, they are very enthusiastic about the courthouse's daily menu. And it would appear that fried oysters are a favorite. Fried oysters? Would that even be tasty? I mean, I've never had oysters. But as far as I know, frying them is not the norm. Or maybe it is. Maybe. I think I'm thinking of deep fried. You know, battered and deep fried. Frying is different than deep frying. Someone please assure me that this is not the true state of the country's judiciary. Fine, we won't tell you. Hi, Pep. Yes, hello. It's not quite quitting time yet. Soon, though. Cat screaming at me already. Detective Gumshoe? Hey, it's you, pal. You're here. Ow! As am I. I don't think you need to whip him to let him know that. I didn't do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't. Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, detective. And once the investigation is fully over, and we should find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you. Rip. Have a heart, pal. You're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent, that is. That's right, that's right. Hey, pal, go and do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will ya? I would have done so, even had you not requested me to, detective. Alright, Motive for murder. So you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry? You just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because on my very first day as a detective, I reported in at my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really, really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech. I mean, that's definitely not reason to kill someone. It's kind of a foolish thing to do, but not the worst thing. I remember doing the exact same thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up going to my old classroom. How pathetic for the detective to be comparable to our mere school child. During the recess. You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so? And from whom? Earlier at around 3:20 and from Detective Bad, pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn. So, I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday. And yet, something did happen to him. Well, that's not really his fault. It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty. Ow! Your words sting worse than your whip, pal. So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Next step. Now then, Detective Gumshoe? Is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Nope, not a thing, pal. Well, that's suspicious. In that case, allow me to take a good look at what you're carrying on you. No! Wait! You can't do that! There's nothing of any particular value here. Oh, well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Bad, so, you know. And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket? Ah! Hands off, pal! Just show it to us already! Ow! Wow! Ow! Annual bonus check within. $5. Oof. Except there's no check inside. You've had your look, now give it back, pal! It's my first bonus! $5! Was that before tax or after tax? I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know. So that envelope is really special to me. Now give it back. You don't need a rubbish like this. Don't worry. We'll throw it away for you later. How could you? Literally had no money. What a mood. Relatable. I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. Cut his salary so... probably. You are probably correct. He probably is making less. And I mean, he talks about, only having, like, cup noodles to eat. But, like, without the sauce packet or something like that. Or without the water. I can't remember. But yeah, he's in, like, some real bad straits. No, wait. Since he became a suspect, there is one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. I don't really like when they're mean to Gumshoe. I know what you mean. I'm trying to remember what he gets up to in Apollo Justice stuff. Because by then he's about middle-aged. Because he's like 30, late 20s, early 30s in the first 3 Ace Attorney games. And then Apollo Justice is like 10 years later, give or take. So yeah, he'd be like 40s, 50s, give or take. I can't remember if we find out what he's up to. I know he doesn't show up in the games. I don't remember if they talk about him at all, though. He's not retirement age yet. But I don't know, maybe he finally got married and his wife convinced him to retire, so he's a stay-at-home dad while his wife makes the money. That would probably make him happy. I still have one thing that I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood, but please make it brief. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. Whoops, there we go. Present. I'm guessing we had to present his testimony? There we go. You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? No mistake about it, pal. Then you are also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either. Is that also correct? Yup. Not even a single ant. Then why were all the ants on the wall? You do realize that the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself. Huh? Oh. But it's true! I didn't see anyone go through the hallway, and I didn't hear anything else, pal. I bet that the killer found a way to kill the 2 guys. That's beyond what I can even imagine. Also, ad break in 1 minute. So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. But why would he do so, given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant's lobby is in order. Girl? Yo! How could you not have noticed that coming? Did she kick him in the balls or did she kick him in like in the knee? Was it that the child I changed money for earlier? Uh-huh. That's exactly what I needed. Cards sometimes be so cruel. Ah, looks like she dropped something. Swiss roll. It says courthouse special on it. Maybe we should arrest the girl? She might turn out to be a valuable lead. I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt the next time we meet. Now for Detective Bad and the judge. Dun 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 dun. We have to confirm who is correct, the judge or that scruff face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of lobby number 2 next then. I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Franziska? perfect timing. All right, perfect timing. We will be right back then. Ad break. Hold tight. Whoop. hold on. What happened to the mic? I come back and the mic's like spun in the complete opposite direction. I'm like, did I bump the mic that bad? All right. Last bit of the stream. Let us go. Let's see how far we can get before we gotta wrap up. All right, come on, Franny. You and your whip, come this way. So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing, just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have other questions. Anytime, detective. Anytime. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few loose ends to tie up. Gotta go for a walk. Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Karma recommended, right? What's your name again? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. And I'm Manfred Von Karma's daughter, Franziska Von Karma. And don't you frickin' forget it! I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor. Because Germany is crazy, apparently, and they hire 13-year-olds to be stewards of the law. I see. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Vodka. Ack! Judge, why are you like this? Are you alright, Your Honor? Please feel free to refer to me as Miss Von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine. No honorifics needed. Apparently somebody doesn't feel like I'm worthy of a proper title. Is that really that surprising? I mean... Oh ho! Very well then. I shall call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now about your earlier testimony. Yes, what about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about, what exactly you saw. All right, after all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. Thank you, Your Honor. I greatly appreciate your cooperation. Now, the first thing I have to do is figure out that detective's exact movements. Gotta investigate every suspicious nook and cranny, as he likes to say. Oh, wait. Bro, what are you doing? Does it look like there's anything contradictory left in this area? I suppose not. Perhaps I should check somewhere else. Sir, why are you on the ground? Did you find something, officer? I think there's a $5 bill back there. Come on, just a little more. Is there no one working this crime scene who isn't a total waste of living tissue? That is quite the statement. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a single useful person here. Well, isn't that nice? Like, God forbid someone just wants, like, $5. It's a rough life for some people, okay? Not everyone has a rich papa and can, like, frickin' fly from Europe to Japan just because, like... Have you found any suspicious fingerprints, officer? Nope, just the fingerprints of those involved with the case, sir. Well, have you found them in anywhere where it would be suspicious? I guess we know all of the players in this case then, huh? It would appear that way, but I have the nagging feeling that we're missing something. And I suspect that what we're missing is hidden right here in the crime scene somewhere. Well, if you could point it out to us, Edgeworth, that would help. Alright, let's see here. Can we finally look at the ants? I won't arrest until I suspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. He's got the craziest catchphrase. What's that? I can look outside. However, I doubt the killer could have escaped through here. Of course not. This is the 3rd floor, after all. It appears that the balls were installed on this to prevent people from falling out. Bars? What bars? Can you not see them from your vantage point? She's too short! Well, she is only 13, I guess. I wanted to examine what the room across here was. It looks like a bathroom. Whoops. Sorry, Edgeworth, you're about to be whipped again. Alright. Balloon? What is this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before. Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. Should throw it out, but you know, the fact that there is a litterer running around loose inside this courthouse, it's simply unforgivable. Ow! It's not like it was I who littered. Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin. Hee hee, you said rubbish bin. For the Europeans here, it's very, very rare to refer to it as a rubbish bin. It is a garbage can. People would know what you mean, but unless you have an accent, we're gonna assume that you are hoity-toity. What's the matter? Did you touch the cactus? I pricked myself on one of the cactus needles. Why would you touch the cactus? Sir? Jeeden! Hello! 70-second plank. Oh no. Okay. We're gonna be wrapping up shortly, so I will do that right before we finish. Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would have been if you were hit on the head by one of these? Bruh. Anyway, this cactus seems unrelated. I suppose... Do you really think so? Like, do you really? Do you really? Because I believe that this cactus sitting on the windowsill is completely related. If you say so. Yoop. Oh, well then I can look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related. Okay. Ants! Ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their size. Yeah, it's like, what is it? Essentially, it'd be the equivalent of a human picking up an elephant, something like that. Well, if you want to carry the mighty Von Karma name and not be squished under it. Girl, why are you so violent? You'd better work extra hard just like those ants. The same goes for you, Francisca. He's like, for the love of God, spare me. Let's see. Is there anything else? Does it look like it? Ah, Ah, there we go. I was like, there's stuff on the ground, though. What are these black speckles? She doesn't know what ants are. I believe it's a pile of ants eating away. Oh, that detective, he claims that not a single ant slipped by him. And yet here's a whole hill of them. What are you hitting me for? You let the ants in, clearly. As a replacement for that pathetic detective. Okay. Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts. He already only made a $5 bonus, please. This poor guy. Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating. From the look and sweet smell of it, pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll. Miles Edgeworth, the courtroom is to be kept, the courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times. This isn't my fault, though! I'm not the one who dropped the food, so stop coming for me. The courthouse must be kept clean. Rest in pieces. The dirt on this bench, it smells like some sort of sweet substance. Someone put their sticky hand on the bench. I can't believe that someone is going around dirtying the courthouse. For shame!
Hold it!
Hold it? Calm down, Francisca. Now take a good look. Doesn't this smudge look kind of like a handprint to you? I suppose it could be. Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench. I see. And then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob. You there, the lab technician. Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to? Please and thank you. Sir! Yes, sir! Totally can do that, sir! I've got the results of the fingerprint analysis, sir. And? Do we know who they belong to? Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe! Oh? Interesting. So he was sitting on a bench eating his chocolate. Good work, officer. Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints data jotted down in my organizer. And there you have it. Yes, I suppose so. Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench. I sense that you and I will be using that information in very different ways. You know, it's a crime. It was a crime, so we must, destroy him, or something. And that's the bench. It's pouring out of the hole in this bench as well. Damn. I wonder if the inside of the... Bro, don't say stuff like that. The inside of this bench consists of nothing but ants. Don't you dare continue with that. Yeah, as someone who has had ants infesting furniture that was hollow, Please do not say that. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Thanks, Edgeworth. We really needed that. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods. Just lovely. What will they think of next? $9 for beef jerky. I mean, it's not that crazy, but $8 for a ham sandwich? That's in a vending machine? Don't be a jerk in court like these beef jerks. 1 packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk. 1/2 pint for $7. What do you mean, defendant's fresh milk? They're milking the defendants. I'm sorry? Hello? What's happening in this courthouse? Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end for $6. The Swiss roll's the cheapest thing. They're awfully overpriced. The lineup is simply awful, period. Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl dropped is from this machine. I was wondering about that myself. $9 for orange juice and $7 for a hot dog. How is the hot dog more expensive than the beef jerky? That's what I want to know. Credit card accepted. Of course. Inflation is crazy. Literally so bananas. These rival sports stadium food prices? Oh god, you're not wrong. Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about. Hey, how about doing some actual work, you? I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess. They're getting in the way of the investigation. I have an order from Mr. Von Karma himself, because you know he's God or something. Plus, I still hold investigative authority. I have authority. Alright, we'll finish talking to him and then we'll wrap up. Probably gonna be a good spot. Because then we're gonna have to interrogate the judge, I'm sure. So I hear you were the one who called Detective Gumshoe to come down here. Faraday. The guy was just accused, you know? I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instinct told me. A lot of good it did you! You could even protect one lone prosecutor with it. Damn.
Hold it!
Francisca, I think you need to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. She's just a stupid 13-year-old. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over, and they sent Detective Gumshoe. And that detective's the one that showed up. And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad? Yeah. I waited for him on the first floor. And after he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered the hallway, we ran into you. He told us that Faraday was really mad. Like, hopping, stinking, crazy mad. And that he dragged Rel off to Lobby 2 to have a word or something. Makes sense, I suppose? And that Faraday had said not to let anyone interrupt them. Because, you know, that's not suspicious at all. So, what choice did I have? You probably had some. Let's be real here. And around what time did all that take place? Let's see. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. Crazy. Wild ass timing, and after giving this big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway. Not once. Oh? And how can you make such a claim? Huh. One of the guards out in the floor's main lobby swore to me that he didn't. So either the judge is mistaken or our boy Gumshoe went somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Whoopsie doodle. If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear to? Huh. That's simple. He must have gone into lobby number 2, just as I suspected. Yes, just as you suspected, of course. Why did we think of that? You and I were in lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It would seem I am still missing some key pieces of information. Alright, the gunshot. Pew pew! Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in defended lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you. Not you, but, you know, you. How long did it take? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big lug who was just walking around in the hall and raced into lobby number 2. He was just hanging out, you know. And that's when we discovered the bodies. In that order. That makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right? Yeah, I guess it does, little miss. Damn, she's been upgraded from being a kid to a little miss. Progress. I am about to become a prosecutor very soon. You will treat me with the dignity I deserve or else. you wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss. You wouldn't dare! I like that the implication that he blocked her riding crop with his mirror. Ha ha. Just joking. Detective Bad is really something if he can make Francisca behave. Yeah, not even Dad can do that. Are we about done? Is there anything else I should ask him about? Good question. Time he heard the gunshot, situation he heard the gunshot, so no matter what, stuff about the gunshot. I guess time? I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot. It was around the end of the recess, and the trial was about to start again. I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't gonna show for the handoff. How interesting. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. And just as I thought that... Bang! The sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums. So I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart. Detective Bad's testimony. All right. Are we done here? I suppose. I don't have any time to waste. Oh, come on. All you're doing is standing in front of a door. Doing nothing? I get the sense that he is somewhat investigating this crime scene. Maybe? Or rather, that he is keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bad, may I ask for your cooperation with us? I don't have anything else to say. To the two of you. You guys were the ones you said you wanted to investigate in the first place. Fine then, be that way. We'll just do as we please. Come on, Miles. You may no longer be willing to help us. However, may I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation? Do as you like. Alright, there we go. Dun 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 dun. Where is the... There we go. Save! Boop, 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 boop. Perfecto. Alrighty. Yeah! Whoop. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the trial. But first, as promised, I will go do a plank. So uno momento. Here we go. There we go. Hooray! All right. So as a reminder, tomorrow is a break day because we're going to be doing lots of long streams on the weekend. So I'm going to take a day to relax, get some chores done, that stuff. So the next time I will see you guys is 7 p.m. on Friday. So for now, that'll be it for me. Let's see who I can send you guys to. Enjoy my break. Thank you. I will. Episode short stream. Okay, I'll send you guys to Humble Hime then. We haven't seen her in a couple weeks. She's just doing some art, so it'll be nice and chill and comfy. So, here we go. Here is... Whoops. Raid message. And here's Discord if we've got any lurkers who haven't joined and would like to. So for now, that is gonna be it for me. So, if it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. And if it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. And until next time, take care of yourself, wash your face, brush your teeth, eat good food, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!